Prof, did he satisfy you on how they intend to bridge the gap that will be created by the scrapping of these taxes?
Yeah, I felt that with his experience and the exposure, having been Deputy Minister of Finance, having been a member of the Finance Committee, minority leader, and all of that, the responses there were too general. And probably that wouldn't have inspired the market enough. That because when it comes to cutting wasteful spending, politicians talk about that every now and then. What it means exactly and the context has been missing. And if you check 2017 budget, when the new government took over and all of that, you can see some of those general words just run through, right? So I felt that he could have been a bit specific and lead the market, so that, because at the end of the day, one of the things that the NDC doesn't do quite well is communication with facts. For instance, when the government announced the creation of the new ministries, the Civil Service Act, baseline, some fiscal impact analysis could have accompanied the announcements, right? Or maybe right after that. These are the savings. These rationalizations will bring us. But of course, we have tried to do that here. Rather than leaving that to the market to guess how much will be saved and whether it's material or not, you could actually cure that. And that would only be consistent with our Public Financial Management Act. Actually, under Section 100 of the Public Financial Management Act, any bill or project or whatever that goes to Parliament must be accompanied by a fiscal impact analysis. In other words, how those proposed changes, either policy-wise or projects, how that would impact revenue and how that would impact expenditure for that fiscal year for which the bill or the project relates to. So I think going forward, those are some of the things that they have to do. That would only strengthen their communication and guide the markets in consolidating the confidence that that comes along with the goodwill this government has gotten. Already you can see that in the money market, right? So if you look at in the run-up to the election, government was practically struggling to meet its targets in the money market, in the short end of the yield curve, November, first week of December, and all of that. But after the elections, and especially the early concession of defeat by Dr. Baumia, I think that was an excellent move. Okay, so you can see that some level of restoration of confidence is coming back. So what the government needs to do, what the minister designate needs to do, is to be direct with his communication and to inspire the market, because you need that. Without that, when you talk about the economy, there's a technical economy, there's a communicative aspect of the economy that you have to manage. So when it comes to fiscal policy, of course, the technical side is very important. When it comes to monetary policy, the technical side is very important. But managing the expectation of the people and anchoring the expectation of the people in the direction government is going is very important. Okay. And oftentimes that is where we miss it. So, for instance, and I'm sure the minister designate will know how much was allocated, for instance, to the office of the president, government machinery. If you look at the Appropriation Act for 2023, which enabled government to spend for the 2024 fiscal year, from the Appropriation Act, over 2 billion cedis was allocated to government machinery. And that is almost how much e-levy is bringing. But you actually don't need that much over there. So I'm expecting that the president would have a lean staff base at the presidency or for purposes of carrying out government machinery and all of that. They're not like what we have seen under the previous administration. That was just and in fact, if you look at that, relative to other countries, in even our regional peers, you could see Nanado's record was an outlier. Okay, so there could be some low-hanging fruit that perhaps we can immediately lean on in reducing or in closing the gap. Okay. So that was another area. The other area I felt the minister designate was a bit economical, I want to believe that it's more about the political economy of it. It's also about the international perspective to that particular agreement. It's about the IMF supported program. Hello?
Yes, we're listening. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's about the IMF supported program. I believe that the NDC knows very well that their manifesto, their promises, meeting the aspirations of Ghanaians, given the election victory, there is no way they will be able to deliver on their mandate under the existing IMF supported program. If this is lost on them, then they have a long way to go.